What harm would children's church do? I dropped the kids off in their assigned room, settled into the adult service with the deep breath I can take during a break from 3 young children, and beamed with pride as my brother played his guitar in the band. This isn't so bad, I thought, feeling only slightly alarmed when the sermon focused on the inherent deficiency of mankind. Oh, how it hit me after the service then, when I collected the kids and my daughter, who was 4 at the time, who had rarely even seen commercials on television because I'd been so protective of what she heard, asked, "Did you know that baby Jesus grew up into a poor, hairy man who was kidnapped and beaten with leather straps?" What she said after that has become a blur in my memory, but it involved a spiky crown, nails, and blood. Lots of blood. Dear listener, depending on your own experience, your reaction to the events of that morning may be different from my own. I can't believe this. What did you expect? At least someone out there told your children the truth. And in fact, my reaction was a bit of all three. I can't believe this. What did I expect? And even someone out there just thinks they are telling my children the truth. Several hours later, after addressing this new information with the help of my cool-headed husband, cooking up an Easter dinner, and tossing some plastic eggs in the yard for a hunt, I sneaked away with Google, feeling panicked, confused, and yes, angry. I typed "raising kids without religion." I found several online sources, blogs, forums, websites, but I was looking for books, a good long book, something I could hold in my hands. For as long as I can remember, books have been a place to go, provided people to be with, offered ideas to share when I'm feeling most alone in the world. 2 came up repeatedly and exclusively: Dale McGowan's groundbreaking Parenting Beyond Belief and the follow-up guide, Raising Free Thinkers. When we returned home that week, I immediately checked out both from the library and found that while they were helpful and encouraging, they only whetted my appetite for more. McGowan's books are anthologies, collections of writings from various authors, and I was looking for something that could take me on a longer, more personal journey. Because it is personal, isn't it? Having children takes us back to our own childhoods, opens doors we thought were closed, memories, fears, dreams, desires, beliefs. No matter how sophisticated and rational our ideas seem to us now, our children remind us that our lived experiences, those events from our pasts that shape our perspectives, also influence those ideas. I come from an intense, transformative, identity-shaping religious background. That's my experience. Now I live an intense, transformative, identity-shaping secular life. That's my experience too. Having traveled between 2 extremes and along most of the spectrum that falls in between, I find myself now with a peculiar worldview. I can almost always empathize with both sides of a debate. I'm able to slip into a traditional conservative church service in the Bible Belt and connect with the people there almost as easily as I'll join a radical progressive protest rally on the West Coast and connect with people there. Notice, though, it's the people I want to connect with, not their religions, agendas, or rules. What makes us a gift to one another is what we bring through experience, thoughtfulness, and curiosity. Unfortunately, our culture doesn't value nuance as much as extremes, and so I often feel a little left out. Ironically, it's having kids and joining the ranks of parenthood that has me asking now more than ever, where are more people like me? Where I live in Northern California, it's not hard to find people who feel like they don't fit in. I started asking around and found that many parents with whom I cross paths are grappling with the religion issue, but we're grappling in different ways. Most of us are, if not from a different part of the world, from different parts of this country. We've gotten here in different ways, from different places, but here we are, starting families and raising our children without the religious foundations and institutions with which we ourselves were raised. At best, this predicament can cause some confusion, distance, or guilt.